Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon, spiritual leader for Centers for Spiritual Living. Carrying on with our theme for 2017 for the month of February, this one is presented and written and put forward by Reverend Elizabeth Rowley from Peninsula Center for Spiritual Living. Her topic is, things are not always as they seem. I'll speak totally for myself. What I find for my own being and my own experience of life and with consciousness is that I'm constantly coming in and going out of my own internal looking at what I feel, what I think, and what I believe to be true. Race mind's an extremely powerful thing. And what I've discovered over the years is that about 99% of the stuff that I hear, I don't really believe. So what I find is really effective in my life is to have a spiritual practice where I actually meditate and contemplate on what's going on in the world and what's going on within me and how I react to it. I find that when I take personal responsibility for my own hatred, for my own judgment, for my own anger, that the end result of that experience is I get a clarity. Marcia Sutton says that awareness is curative. The minute that I see something and have a tendency to want to believe that it's true without having consciously chosen it, the end result out of that is I find myself falling into that despair. But when I'm aware that what I believe, what happens is that I attract into my circumstances things to be able to prove that correct. I've often said that we have a tendency sometimes to collect our thoughts and accept our thoughts in our lives in a greater way and more than what we do with our own vegetables. You go to the grocery store, you pick up a cantaloupe, you thump it, you never think of buying an avocado without feeling it first, and yet the slightest thought, the slightest innuendo that might come through is something that my mind picks up and grasps. So my spiritual practice is a practice of being aware, awake, and alert.
Since the individual's subjective mind is the storehouse of memory, it retains all that the eye has seen, the ear heard, or the mentality conceived. Since it contains much that the outer man never consciously knew, and is the receptacle of much of the race knowledge through unconscious communication, it must and does have a knowledge that far surpasses the objective faculties.
So you see, if you're selective about what you accept to be the truth for yourself, you in turn are being consciously aware of what you want in your life. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for all that you do in this world. Please know that you are loved and that you are honored. Bless you.